The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. Trubisky now off the bootleg. Keeps himself upright. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though he threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. From the shotgun is Trubisky. He's letting this one go into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Kyle Fuller. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They run the counter. Wheeler. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys. Our time. Let's get off.
Greystone, Travis.
Let's get off the field.
Check 15. Check 15.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a... Timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Here we go. Here we go. Turn the engine. 22. Check. Cover. 22. Check. Cover. Here I come again.
At 58 is fine.
On 2nd and 11 now. Haskins. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Davante Adams, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Rosas good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
On third down, Trubisky. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Now, they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
A gain of 32 that time. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Haskins. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. That's good for 28 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Second down, Haskins. And this is going to be intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing.
And nothing but daylight ahead. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. Past the 20. Touchdown, L.A. A big play there. 93 yards. As his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Well, from back where that one started, they were hoping probably for just a few yards on the ground there. Instead, they get 90-plus and into the end zone.
And as much credit as I have to give the guys on offense, I often think when I see a run of that magnitude that there has to have been a mistake made, maybe even multiple mistakes on defense, because you're expecting them to run the ball from that stage of the field. Instead, it turns into one of the longest runs that we're going to see in the NFL.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out.
And that's caught inside the 35. A big play there for the Giants. 44 yards.
Put him on the clock. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. 45, 45, Mike, 45. Tackles.
Haskins looking to throw on first down. Dancing to his left. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off inside the 10.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Here's Trubisky to throw, and he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Kenny Young showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. And he'll give it here to his running back. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll make it 3rd and 13. And they will not get the snap off here. This is going to back them up halfway. They were already backed up. Now they're backed up further.
I think they were being so careful to make sure all assignments were covered that they end up running themselves out of time.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 11, and he will score. Touchdown, Giants.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And that makes the score 14-7. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Back to the air, Trubisky after the pick 6. And this one complete to Will Fuller. A good pickup there, a 22. So finally completes his first pass. Credit the defense, though. They've been showing him some different looks, keeping him off balance.
Yeah, I like it. I like the observation that you had there, because when you give him different looks and give any quarterback different looks, it takes just a little bit longer to process sometimes, and you don't throw the ball with the same confidence. You're not sure that that's where you should go with the football, and that's worked for the defense early in this game, and now he's got his first completion. Let's see if his confidence comes back, and he starts to get into a nice little groove.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Alert. Hey, check 24, check 24.
2nd and 10. It's Trubisky again. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Now after the turnover, here's Haskins. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Corey Littleton coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Here we go.
On second down, it's Wheeler. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
Ready? The mic. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Switch. Check. Match box. Right. Hot. Hayward. 45.
Now Haskins, third and long. He's going to float this one deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. So now following the big play, they've got a first and goal all the way down at the 10. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll be second and goal. On play action, Haskins. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. Hunter Renfrow with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use
tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever. There it results in a touchdown. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that lead. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off around the 37. And he will score. Touchdown, Giants.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
They'll run on first down. Benjamin. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. On second and very short, Trubisky. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 45. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Hunter Renfrow, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. Got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Now Trubisky on first down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 29-yard line. Looking to throw, Trubisky on first down. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Trubisky. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Now Trubisky. He's going to let it go deep. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it. But it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. That one, a first down pickup of 8. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. There defensively was John Johnson to knock it free.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did incompletions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Third down. Here's Haskins. And Adams has it. Complete. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Well, officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19. On first down, Wheeler.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. He'll get 15 and a Giants first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On first down, it's Haskins. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right.
Zoom. Who's it there? 45 to Mike. So we got man. 45.
Second and 10 now. Haskins finds his tight end Ingram. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Haskins now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. Now Haskins on 1st down. Haskins hit, and he lost the football. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Every day, any day. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. Go. 45's the mic.
We own them.
Slow. 45's the mic.
Now it's Haskins. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means...
And now look at him go. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Kalen Ballage, 85 yards, as his guys continue to pour it on. Well called, well blocked, and he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness, too, of just getting there and taking off and going? For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. From the 22, Trubisky. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. Now they face a third down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10 from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10.
Motion, motion, motion.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. It's complete to Fuller. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be.
And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Miles Boykin, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Rams are in for 6. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to...
Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. 20, 10, touchdown, Giants. Kalen Balaj, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. This is caught. And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do. Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on 1st and 2nd down, needing long yardage to try and pick up a 1st down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on 4th down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on 1st and 2nd down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time out, another touchdown. I think there may be some empty seats around here. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Dante Fowler, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Throwing on 2nd and long. Haskins, and we say it all, and the pressure gets to him again. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Going to give this time to the tailback. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime, but the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
Fielded at the 33. Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And the Rams are going offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll run on 1st down. Benjamin, and he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
He's letting this one go for Fuller. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Will Fuller, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And it's for pride now, but the Rams do get a bit closer. Point after, up and good. So they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. Their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches. They'll run here with Balaj, and he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Balaj. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. So both offenses come to life here in this 3rd quarter as this is shaping up for a good finish. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They run it with Balaj. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. The Giants on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Haskins to throw. And Ingram holds it in. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 17 yards and a Giant 1st down. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Looking to throw, Haskins. Flushed out right. He'll let this go for the... And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. Davante Adams with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year, as his guys continue to pour it on. Rosas good with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. The throw over the middle, taken in, and tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Great change up there on the route and got that inside release, made it a successful pitch and catch.
So the first thing you want to do is have him thinking that you're going outside, make a move in that direction. Then you really don't run the route against the whole body of the defender. You run against a half of him, and the inside half, and he took it right across his face, got inside, and won that route in a big way.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. This is caught. It's Cooks. 30. The 20. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Brandon Cooks. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Rams do gain a bit of respectability. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Trubisky to throw again. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Here we go. Watch the shit.
Throwing now, Haskins on 1st down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 13. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. This pass into the hands of the running back, Todd Gurley. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. 2nd and 12 after the 1st down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Now Trubisky to throw. And that was complete to Gurley. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. He's having a big game through the air, and sometimes those smart decisions just dump it off. That's how you continue to have big games through the air.
I agree totally. That's a great analogy, a great way to put it, because he doesn't get too greedy where everything has to be pushed downfield, trying to create big plays that aren't there. You dump it off and take that nice gain, and things add up, and now you have the kind of game he's having.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. From midfield now, here's Trubisky. He's going to float this one deep right. That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Miles Boykin, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Rams are able to draw a bit closer. So now Trubisky will lead his guys to the line. They'll go for 2 here. Again, it's Trubisky. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
On the ready. 58 to Mike. Watch the out. Watch the out.
Milage. And not a lot of daylight. Not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Looking to throw on second down. Haskins looking deep for Adams. This is caught. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Davante Adams, 46 yards. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Trubisky will throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 18. And he will score. Touchdown, Giants. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick six makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken short. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Jabril Peppers, a former first-round pick there on the coverage. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing here, Trubisky. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Here's Trubisky to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 49. And the return will cost him about a dozen yards or so, but his guys do indeed get the football back. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, Is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game?
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. A quick throw out to Adams on the perimeter. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 3rd down, Haskins. They'll set up the screen to Balaj. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. He'll get 15 and a Giants first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Haskins looking to throw on 1st down. He's going to float this one deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's Haskins. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by David Long. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Hey, 18.
2nd and 10 now. It's Trubisky. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Steps away to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Hey, foxtrot.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. Looking middle, and that's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A.
You think you gonna get this? Shit.
Hey, Mike, sit him.
They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team. But I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
No problem there on the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. And this is going to be covered up by the Giants. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Here we go. Get over the ending.
Check me out.
Haskins going to try to throw it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Haskins. It's caught here by Adams. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down. Now Haskins. And Adams has it complete. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Now it's Haskins. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head.
But that's
the
about
virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here.
Hey, ball.
One last shot for Trubisky. And he comes back with one complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Giants, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3 on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for Los Angeles,